right, welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we have a special interview this morning. We're talking to Rakisha Fuller of Keyshawn's Corner. What's good?
Hey y'all, hey.
What's going on? And for the people who don't know you, don't know who you are, tell us your St. Pete story.
Okay, well, I'm Keisha from St. Pete, been here almost 42 years, and I have a nonprofit organization for mental health awareness and suicide prevention for youth and young adults and underserved communities in honor of my baby.
And I know you got a big event, so tell us about it. What inspired you to create 613 event, and what's the message that you have for the people that'll be showing up?
Okay, well, my son passed away to suicide June 13th of 2023. So I decided to create an organization for mental health awareness and suicide prevention for youth. And on that day, 6/13, I didn't want that day to roll around year by year. And I'm constantly reminded about that's the last time I talked to my son, or I'm sad or depressed. So I figured I could make that day a day of service for the community and try to
Mm.
have whatever resources I feel like my community may need in one spot that day.
So as we talk about 613, I know raising awareness is one part of it. You're providing real resources for young people and
Mhm.
families. And so what kind of resources and support will people be able to receive when they come out to the event?
Well, we're going to have local organizations as well as the larger organizations out there. To name a few, Kevin from Habitat for Humanity, we're going to have Metro Inclusive Health. They do on site testing, whatever you need in the privacy of their mobile van. Advantage Health Solutions, JWB sponsored the event. Chick-fil-A, Fresh Kitchen, Radiance Wellness. We have a few sponsors, Global Cuts Lawn Care. He's a local business looking to employ some of the young guys in the community. We got Urban League,
Okay.
Urban League sponsor. We're going to have Rise. It's an at youth program. They're providing holistic approach to mentorship, leadership, and community engagement. Mark is going to be there. He has a missions ground coffee where the proceeds from his coffee, it goes to help the Yes Chef Village continue to put out health-based educational programs. And the other
Mm.
half goes to other nonprofits fighting the hunger disparities in the community. We got Little Learners with Latoya. She's going to be out there. She does tutoring for the babies. So we're going to have quite a few people and quite a few resources out there,
Oh,
along
that's
with
awesome.
licensed mental health therapists and other vendors as well. We're going to have
Okay.
a honor walk where you walk in honor of someone, whether it be yourself struggling, someone that passed away to suicide, or just anything. Just come out there and show your support.
And then understanding mental health and the difficulty around the topic, especially for young people and for the families. How have you been able to make these a safe place and welcoming spaces for these types of conversations?
Honestly, I never knew that I would need to create this organization. Like if it didn't knock on my front door, I would have never thought it was our problem either. After my son's passing, I got too many phone calls from his peers, my peers, even your peers, mainly men speaking on themselves struggling with suicidal thoughts or just feeling hopeless to some degree,
Yeah.
And I'm like, this, what's the problem? This is happening too much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought, how can I create us? And most of them had the same issue. Like, I don't know if that listening ear is going to later on become a running mouth. So I wanted to create a safe space.
Say that again. Say that again. That was a bar right there.
Oh well, no,
The,
I didn't do. That's the thing. Like a lot of people don't know is your listening ear gonna later on become a running mouth because I'm
okay.
coming to you with confidence, and now my business all in the street. You know what I mean? I could be having a bad moment. Now you just made me have a bad month. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of people came to me, because it's like a no judging zone now. Well, she can't say anything about it because look what her son did, and I'm okay with
Oh,
that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, okay, I feel comfortable. Someone, a person I've been knowing for quite some time, can't call my phone And I'm like, hey, what's going on? It was like shortly after my son passed. He was crying in the phone. He said he had to look at the phone and make sure he dialed the right number. He said, because when he answered the phone, I was in such good spirits. And he said he is on the phone bawling, complaining about what he got going on, not even, considering like, man, what she got going on. If she could be on the
Yeah.
phone still in good spirits, who am I to be on the phone crying and complaining about what I got going on? But I told him,
Right.
hey, it's all right, do it. And I
Yeah.
just heard something today where it says June is Men's Mental Health Month. And it says the strongest thing you can do when you're feeling weak is ask for help.
That's right.
And, and,
That's
and I,
one of
I
my
I
mantras.
see that.
No, that's one of the mantras I said. I remember seeing a quote a while back. It said, "Asking for help is not a sign of weakness; it's a sign of
Mhm.
intelligence." You
Yep.
know,
You can
and then
identify something is going, if something is not right. Not that it's wrong, but something you're not feeling how you typically would feel. So how do
yeah,
I navigate my thoughts through that? And the moment you speak about mental health or you say anything about that, especially in our community, oh God, I ain't crazy, ain't nothing wrong with me. Nobody
yep,
said that. But you're
yeah,
human. None of us that I know of have a battery in their back. We all
that's
human.
right.
So we all have feelings. Stuff is going to make us happy. Stuff is going to make us unhappy. Things are going to make us sad. Things are going to make us glad. But it's learning how to compartmentalize those emotions and deal with them in a healthy manner.
What are some of the feedback that you're getting from those who have participated in the program, and when they come up to you and they say, they tell you what their experience was?
Fortunate enough for me and the organization, we've got nothing but positive feedback. Even,
Yeah,
like I'm good with constructive criticism. Like each event that I've had so far it did what it was supposed to do. Even on
yeah,
down to the signing in, I realized my media release form was entirely too long. So I sit back and I make the necessary adjustments. But when I get from the youth summit, when I get text messages and phone calls and stuff, hey, I was at the event, me and my child went to therapy before that. And after that, I realized I was coming off as a dictator or a tyrant versus their parent. I see where I need to make adjustments.
wow,
Or, hey, me and my homeboys in the back room, at your event, we need to talk to someone.
mm,
Or, hey, I wanted to say something, but I was kind of shy. So now I know, okay, in order to fix that problem, hey, anybody feel like they need to say anything, want to remain anonymous, text this phone number. We'll read it out throughout. So I like I said, I learned things that I needed to implement. And I also realized that this is what the community wanted. They just didn't know how to go about getting it.
I love that.
I didn't have it too fancy. I didn't have it too, I didn't water it down to, it stuck. I stuck to what it was about.
And
And
that's the beauty of what you do, and how I see you move is very intentional, very purpose driven, and your attention to detail is phenomenal. I just love just to see how you move. Again, it was interesting how God put us together, and then just to
yeah,
see
yeah.
from that time to now, just how you flourishing and prospering and really on purpose and on mission is
Kind of
amazing.
see where I
So,
came from. So how he speak, and then it's kind of straightforward, direct. Like
and that's what's needed though. That's
yeah,
what's, that's what's needed. Because a lot of times we create traffic when traffic is not necessary. It's
hmm
like you taking all these turns and twists and turns when the straight line is the shortest distance between the 2 points. And so let's get it.
you're doing the absolute most while doing nothing at the same time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I didn't want that. And my thing was like for the youth summit, I can't speak for the youth if I'm not going to speak to the youth. I can't
Okay.
speak
Yeah.
for the youth and do it the way that I feel like it should be done.
Right.
Instead of bringing them the way and that's the thing. Everybody takes the clinical approach with things. Ain't no
Hmm.
textbook to tell you how to handle. Like you can talk to this person that way, but you can't come across this side of the track and talk to us the same way.
That's
We
true.
almost not speaking the same language. So instead of saying you'll be fine, all you gotta do is do this. No, all you gotta do is come down and see where I'm at. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And,
Instead of bringing where I feel
and
they should be, I met them where they were at. They told me how they wanted to set up, what it should be. I listened to them. And what happened? They was up there talking. You were there, it
I
was
was
a two,
there, and it was phenomenal.
yeah.
And I remember when you were telling me about it when we was having our powwows about
Yeah.
what the vision was, and you were telling me like I want the youth to design it, I want them to create it, and then when I walked in, it was like okay, this is what they put together, and it was so beautiful. Like you can tell the space was curated with intention, and like I said, those things I wouldn't have thought about because I'm not a youth. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and, and that's how you build trust. Because I can't tell them, yeah, I'm gonna listen to everything y'all say and then get there and it's decked out the way that I want. Something as simple as how is it set up? Because they
Yeah,
feel like, oh, she listens to that. So now, it builds, trust.
Yeah,
And they know, like, hey, nobody's going to ask you this type of question. That's why I made it clear. Hey, these are the questions. This is what we're going to stick to, because I'm not going to invite no one into my home and make them feel uncomfortable, pretty much.
that's right. That's right.
And
No, I
that's what
love
was
that.
going on.
I love it. I love it. 6/13, the event is on Saturday,
On the
June
14th, yes.
June 14th. Yep.
Yes, 10
And
to
we got
2
it.
at Lake Vista. Please
And then
register.
I was gonna say that. So for those who listening, they want to get involved, they want to support. What's the best way for them to plug in and tap into the mission, and how can they get more information about the event?
Well, I saw you attach the flyer. They can go to Keyshawn'sCorner.org. Also, I don't know if you attached the registration link, but if anybody want to, be a part of the organization or just get information, we have a website. Like I said, www.Keyshawn'sCorner.org. All the information is there. It allows you to submit an email if you want to volunteer, mentor, need services. All the information you need is on the website.
Sounds good. And if there was a final thought or like one message that you wanted to leave with the people, if it was like, oh yeah, I meant to tell them this, what would that be?
It's okay to not be okay.
Mm,
It's
plain and
okay not to
simple.
be okay. It ain't okay not to do nothing about it, though. We all human. Can't nobody laugh at nobody about nothing.
Oh, wait a minute. See, you got away with doing that. You do. It's okay to not be okay, but then that other part. What's that other part?
Well, because some people, people judge you publicly for the stuff that struggles that they're going through privately.
Wow.
Like some people just make it look okay. Some people be dressed
Yeah,
up mess. I'm one of them. People
yeah,
look at me,
yeah,
girl, you so strong, girl, you this girl. Listen, I took one wig off, put another one on, and you don't know what I went through in my car before I got out to go to work. You know what I mean? So it's just
yeah.
like some people be dressed up mess. And like I said, don't never let nobody make you feel a type of way publicly for the struggles that they too afraid to admit that they're going through privately.
I love that. I love that. Look, and we're gonna land this plane, but I definitely we got to get together. We're gonna do our lakeside chat so they can get the full story, get the background. But it's
Absolutely.
been hot out there, so we're gonna make that happen. But I definitely want to thank
Absolutely.
you
I
for.
got June 14th, 10 to 2, Lake Vista. We're gonna have food, DJ, definitely gonna have resources. All ages are welcome. I just ask that everybody please register.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much again, Rakisha. I appreciate all that you're doing. And for those who you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99.1 FM, 99 Jams the Bird.